Hello viewers, my name is Victor Ogenekewe Erure. This is Mathematics of Health International. Mathematics of Health organization teaches us how to live a healthy lifestyle. It teaches us how to discover health dangers, feedbacks in our environment, and avoid them to live a normal life. Feedback is the waste from man coming back to man at a higher level of decomposition. It can guise in our food, in our clothes, in our household items, or in our way of life. In this video, we shall be looking at one common feedback in our homes, and that is bed foams that we sleep daily and how they affect us. Foams have stayed a period of 15 to 20 years in our homes and accumulating mud and decay in this way. The foams of some people that they sleep on are like refuse. The odor from the room, evolution of gas from the septic tank, pressured by the air conditioning unit and our overhead fans into the room, the gases settle on this foam. You have spilled water in damp rooms. We also talk about inadvertent spillage of food like tea that we drink with milk spilling on those foams. Then menstrual flow from women that were not adequately calculated. We're all aware that a woman's menstrual flow is dependent on a whole lot of factors. If she plans it for maybe on the 5th of a month and there's change in body condition, it could flow on the 3rd, sometimes on the 1st. And before she wakes up, much of the blood has drained into the bed foams. The sweat, yes, you talk about sweat from our metabolism as we sleep on this foam every time. The sweat from us, then ejaculation, sometimes in times of love making. All these go into this foam and constitute health problems. What got into it cannot actually be washed out completely from the foam because the foam has surface wrappings. It is only the surface we can wash. Another area to look at is bedwetting of children. Children go to bed at night and before break, the bed wet, and this urine gets into these foams and remain in the foams, breeding bacteria and sometimes making the house to have an odor. These are ways that our foams in the homes can become contaminated. And when these foams are contaminated, because they are foams, we are limited by what we can do because it's only the surface of the foams that we can actually clean. What got drained into it cannot be washed out. So what got drained into it will begin to go bad and decompose, growing mud to the surface. So these are what we are talking about. I want everybody to understand that the foams we actually sleep are like refuse that people stay overnight. So this can actually be checked by the method we are going to discuss, as it will also check other methods of contamination as we have earlier discussed in this video. If you have a look at this foam, your foam can be wrapped in leather just as this foam is wrapped. You can see that this foam was bought the very first day from the market and it was taken to an upholstery. The foam is having its tarpaulin on and it is wrapped in leather, as you can see. In this way, this foam is protected from all these contaminating agents we earlier mentioned. There is no way urination of children or that are bedwetting can get to this foam. Neither if you eat food, drink tea on this foam, or inadvertent calculated menstrual flow from women could flow onto this foam or we talk about the odor in the house, or the effluent, the evolution of gases from septic tank, we penetrate this foam. This cannot be possible with the leather, because all those contaminants will end on the surface of this leather. And when you clean the surface of the leather and put a new bed sheet, that ends it. You have a fresh foam to sleep on every day. Your house is not going to have an odor, neither will you be having health complication with your household. Hello viewers, what we are saying here in essence is simple. We are saying that our sleeping bed foams should be wrapped in leather, because leather is slippery surface and does not absorb water like the fabric materials of foams. So it will stop the absorption of those contaminants as our sweat from the body that is always constant. Then sperm from love making that could inadvertently also fall onto these foams. Then the menstrual flow from ladies that could be miscalculated, as earlier explained. The blood from menstrual flow could flow into these foams. Then children bedwetting. Urine from children bedwetting will also decompose in these foams, constituting health problems. So the final one is the gas that is constantly pressurized from the soakaway or our septic tank into our homes, settle on these foams and growing mold. So the foam becomes like a refuse that the occupants sleep on a regular basis. So this is why we are saying that we should wrap the foams in leather to preserve our lives. And it is something that is possible. It's better done when you just buy this foam the first day, take it to the upholstery for wrapping. They will just wrap and seal and preserve it for you. You can copy this from the medical world, because this is why when you visit hospitals, you see that many of the beds in the hospitals are wrapped in leather. This is why metabolic waste that come from different patients that are admitted on such beds do not penetrate the beds, so that it just ends on the surface and they are wiped off. We are saying you should actually borrow these skills from the medical world so that you make your life continually healthy living. Bring it to your home. Wrap the bed foams in your home, in your bedroom, your children's room, and all the rooms in your houses, that they are bounded in leather, and whatever metal waste ends on the surface of those leather rather than penetrate in and be growing out mold and decomposition back to us. When you look up to the Mathematics of Health videos, you shall be seeing weekly what homes look like, because we go to homes to actually identify health dangers in homes, discussing different homes with you for you to understand feedback in such homes. And we see a way to teach you to avoid these feedbacks in your own personal home. Thank you.